first here on their opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Carr to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way. They're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Now they'll throw with Carr. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Prescott down. And the Raiders have got him. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Going to 53.
This is Elliott. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Here we go. We're going to 54. 55. Mike 55. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Mike 55.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Raiders, Dwayne Harris. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, If there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he... Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. While we got a second, we remind you that the Madden Championship Series is back and better than ever. August 30th through September 1st, you can watch the top Madden competitors face off at Arlington, Texas for a total prize pool of $190K. Tune in and watch it. Twitch.tv/EA Madden NFL, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, August 30th and 31st, and then 10:30 a.m. Eastern on September 1st to see if Skimbo can go back-to-back-to-back as a Madden Classic champion. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On second down, Elliott. And some room to work. 23 yards the pickup there. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And, man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Oakland set to get the football here in a second. And, you know, some teams, they sort of kind of do their training camp quietly, not make a lot of noise. And then there's the Raiders. I mean, where to start? You start with Antonio Brown in the last month or so. He'd arrived at Steeler camp previously in a helicopter or a Rolls Royce. So he shows up to his first Raider camp in what, Charles? A hot air balloon. Well, it is Napa.
It is Napa, and it makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? We got a chance to see the beautiful countryside as he floated in. And then, of course, came the foot issues.
Yeah. Boy, we've all seen that picture one too many times.
Can't unsee it. All right. And so it was cryotherapy gone wrong in France. Didn't have the proper protection, and he burned the bottom of his feet. Then we get to the helmet issues because he has a helmet that the NFL says is no longer certified. This is past his 10-year limit. He still wants to wear it. Took a grievance to the NFL. Lost the grievance hearing. So we got to find out if he's going to put on a different helmet and come out and play.
Yeah, on social media, he said, hey, if anybody has this helmet, this is what I'm looking for. Please send it to me.
He just needs it certified starting 2011 to fit inside the league timeline, but he hasn't found one yet. But you did say these are the Raiders, right? Never a dull moment in their camp.
And, of course, they'll have the TV cameras following them all camp and preseason long. Don't you worry. You're going to get your fill of the Oakland Raiders. To throw, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Check. Hey, 2. X3. 218. Chop. Go Chief. 618. Hey, Charlie.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown, 52 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurtled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Elliott. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Everybody, line in. Mike, spot 4. Watch the back, watch the back.
A first down throw for Prescott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Throwing, Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no? And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, his second sack of the night. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side.
29.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Caught by Nelson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 30-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Carr. He completes it to Nelson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. They'll run with Elliott. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 24, Prescott, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Hey, kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Marr now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down. Carr going to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Carr. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Defense.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. This one to Foster Moreau, the rookie from LSU. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. Carr now on 1st down. And Waller taking it in over the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 20-yard touchdown as they are able to cut into that lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Carr now to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Hey, here we go. 180. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's a party now. Whoa.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
And they take a knee. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with it.
Come on.